Hello dear friends, my name is Daniel from Utilage cu Daniel. Today I'm in Germany, in the city of Wittlich, and we are invited by the company Clemens, and we are celebrating 70 years of production for agriculture equipment for vineyards. Today I have the export manager of Clemens products for East Europe, better said Romania, Mr.
Manuel Weber.
He is here with us, and he will give us a few details regarding the old machines that they have here in this small presentation. Can you?
Yeah, we can start here. We can start here maybe with the chute binder.
Yeah.
We can have a look on it.
Yes, of course.
This the chute binder we are selling now here. It's mounted on the front of the Carraro tractor.
Yeah.
We have different adjustments. We have mounted it now on our lifter, the Atlas, and even with the inclination.
As I see, this chute binder is an equipment that we are using at the moment in the entire vineyard in the Romania area, but not only. And this is a very good idea to see this.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Maybe we will go to the next step of the work in the vineyard.
We can discuss a little bit. Now I can see we have a trimmer with U model.
Yeah, we have the U-shaped trimmer here.
Yes.
We have mounted with the set kinematic.
Yes.
So we can let the trimmer every time in the vertical position. We have the trimmer here mounted with the security brake for the cutting bars.
Yes.
Yeah. We have them left and right.
Yeah.
And we have here the fixed knife on the top. Yeah. So we have different options. We can even mount the knife behind, even with the security.
We have W, single U, double L, single
If
L.
we go to the next tractor, we can see the W.
I can see this is a new model of trimmer that you have.
This is the newest version with the Twin Peaks lifter.
Yes.
So we have two separate lifters in the front, one hydraulic with adjustment, and even the set kinematic for the parallel adjustment
Yeah.
of the U-shape.
And can you give us few details why the production line, the designer, the engineer choose to have those 3 blades instead of 2 blades?
We have chosen these 3 blades now for this trimmer because we're using the trimmer in stronger conditions. Yeah. Even with these knives, you need less oil consumption because we can reduce the oil flow. That means the knives are a little bit slower in the rotating speed, but they have the same effect because they have 3 knives instead of 2.
Okay, so with a little bit oil flow, we can do the same activity that
As the same as we have with 2 knives.
with 2 knives. Okay.
And here, even as we spoke a few minutes before, we have the knife in the back of the trimmer.
Yes.
That means if we have a collision with the post
Yes.
or something, even this knife can move backwards.
Very easy.
Even we have mounted here the hydraulic with adjustment of the tunnel,
Yes.
so we can open the tunnel and close it. Yeah. And we can even mount a hydraulic high adjustment of the top knife.
Oh,
Yeah.
this
So
is
different
for
options
the
for,
different configuration from the
different
field.
configuration, different options for I would say the best configuration for the customer we need. Yeah?
Mr. Weber, now we see a very new product that you have been developed in the last year.
Last 2 years. Yeah.
Yes, in the last 2 years I saw and I hear some news regarding, but for me it is the first time when I see this new technology that you have for the fact to remove the ground in the springtime.
Yeah. We call it our radius double acting. This is now the 3rd version of the radius. Before we had the radius SL and radius SL Plus, and this is now radius double acting. Means we can move the clearing body like this with hydraulic pressure outside, and even move it back with hydraulic pressure inside. Yeah? The other versions are just a single acting cylinder, but this is a double acting cylinder.
So much reliable
Much
and
more power,
much
and
more
even
power.
we can work a little bit faster.
I also see a very special configuration here in the active zone,
Yeah.
and also regarding the pressure.
Yeah. We have here, it's called the clearing body, so it's
Yes.
made for if we have a small hill or even a bigger hill under the road, and to remove this hill. some people using it to protect the wine in the winter
Yes.
with the soil, and
Yes.
then in the springtime they remove the soil back into the road.
Why did you think about this area for this?
We move like I would say like a fish around
Yes.
the blade, because the blade is doing this, yeah. And of course we have around 2 centimeters in front and back of the blade. We are not able to go around with the sensor, because even we need a little bit security. But with this blade,
Yes.
we're working around the blade, and it's with a spring, so it's working complete around the blade, and there's no soil, no rest of the amount, so everything is done around the blade.
Okay, so the plant will remain clear, nice, very clean.
Yeah, and even with the spring plates here,
Yes.
we have like a collision protection. If some plant is not straight, it's
Usually you will find a
for
lot
sure
of...
it's the normal conditions, and we hit the plant here, the spring plates are moving, and even if the pressure reduced here, if
Yes.
we pass the issue or something, the cleaning body is coming back in the straight position, and we can work.
I can see...
We don't need to leave the tractor, so everything is mechanical, and we don't need to leave the tractor to adjust something
Yes,
here again.
I can see it is built with double rows to have on the both side, or we can have it only one side, single side.
Is the option, yeah?
As a general rule, we need to have a free return.
For sure, for this combination we need around 15 liters hydraulic oil.
Yes, yes.
And for sure the most important thing is the free return back to the tank, because we don't want to create back pressure, and this we can solve with a free return on the tractor. It's necessary.
Always free return is a very important thing to have.
Everything. For Radius D, for Radius SL, for Radius SL Plus, for multi-clean, for the trimmer, for sure we need
Almost all entire air range of the machine needs to have a free return for the tractor.
yeah. So this is the most important in the tractor for winged equipment.
Okay, Mr. Weber, now we have seen a very new product as the one before.
Yeah.
Can you give us some ideas regarding this equipment?
Yeah. So here we can see it's like a trailer version of tool carrier.
Yes.
We have 2 rows work completely, because it's 2 over the row frames. We have different options to mount different tools. Like here on the left side we mounted it over the row frame multi-clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as we had the problem before, because we need a strong frame for work in the soil, we have it now here. We can even mount like a radius plate, left and right side, or even the finger roller and the finger roller.
Mhm.
Yeah?
Which country prefers this kind of equipment?
I think it's made for every country. We can work in row sizes from 180 to 3.50 m.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the whole frame is hydraulical with adjustment, and even new is here the automatic high adjustment.
Oh.
So that means the blade is moving all the time in the correct position, even if you have a little bit side slope.
So you take this technology from the harvesters, from
I think it's necessary to reduce I would say the pressure for the operator, because he just needs to adjust the width, and he doesn't need to look for the height of the different frames.
And the speed of the tractor depending of the equipment that is behind
I think
mounted.
with the blade here we can work around 5 kilometers, left and right side. With the automatic sensor and the high, it's getting a better result. Yeah?
Okay.
For maybe some information for turnaround, we
Yes.
need approx 6 meters space.
Yes.
So it's like if you have a trailer version of sprayer, it's similar with this. Yeah.
Yeah.
6 meters is needed to turn around with the trailer version.
Now we continue the presentation with another new equipment, but not new, but very useful in the vineyards.
Yeah.
We have here.
We have here our undervine mulcher.
Yes.
Yeah. Means like we are not working in the soil, we are just working on top of the soil, because it's like a mulcher in the row, we're mulching the grass under the row. In the front,
Yes.
we have even mounted our S2 air lifter.
Yes, this is a very good optional
If the tractor
accessory.
doesn't have the front linkage,
Yes.
we can adapt our S2 air lifter, and you have a separate front linkage. Yeah?
So this could be a very good option to fix up the situation when the tractor
It's
doesn't have.
without front linkage.
front
But
linkage.
sometimes the operator want to have the machine in the front because they have a better view on the machine.
Yeah, what?
It's a little bit depends on the tractor and the operator.
And
what they
I
want
can
to do.
see here we have the radius SL, where plus,
Yep.
and we can add different accessories regarding the need of the farmer.
Yeah. So as we see before, even here we can mount the blade, like just the blade, or even in the combination with the rotary, or like now here the mulcher. So we have the several options to mount it on the SL Plus, different hydraulic tools.
One chassis and the different
tools.
tools.
For sure.
See here that you have a new technology, a new approach regarding the leaf remover.
Yeah.
Starting from this area, continues with this kind of area and this. Can you give us some ideas, please?
Yeah. So this is our single-sided leaf remover.
Yes.
It's mounted here with a pre-cutting knife in the front.
Yes.
So it's removing the leaves in front of the grapes. So if we have strong leaves, we remove it with a cutting knife, and then we can go close with the leaf remover to the grape zone. Yeah. Even here is mounted the hydraulic adjustment, hydraulic sensor for the attachment with the machine. So it's following the zone of the grapes
Yes.
with the hydraulic sensor. And even we have here our rollers that sucking the leaves here with air and then plucking them with the two rollers. Yeah, so it's the sucking and plucking zone here
At the same time.
at the same time. Yeah.
And on the other side, we have also the blower.
Yeah, we have mounted the fan here.
We have, yes, we can see that you have a new fan here. Usually don't come with this kind of fan.
Yeah.
What is the purpose of this?
So I think we will have less problems to make some service, because if something is broken here inside, we can open this completely. We can clean it with
Air and water.
air and water. And even if some of these fans are broken, we
Yes.
don't need to change the complete fan. We just can change part of the frames.
Only the pails.
Yeah. Only
Okay.
the panels. Yeah.
Panels. Yes, I can
Then
see.
we have here mounted the hydraulic width adjustment. Yeah.
Yes, as usually.
And the
100
230
degree.
degree angle adjustment, and with the lifter up and down.
This time I see that you don't have the Atlas. You have
This is a
the
separate frame. It's called like included with the inclination.
yes.
And even this option here shows our hydraulic block to make all the movements from a joystick. So you have a small joystick in the cabin, and you just need one pressure line and one free return, and then you can make all the adjustments from the cabin with a small joystick.
Okay, so simplicity at the very best. At the very best.
Depends on the type of tractor. If you have enough hydraulic valves or not, we can offer even the hydraulic block to make all the movements.
Now we see that also the farmers got the option to choose also to mount in the middle of the tractor some of the equipment. We have also here an equipment that is the moment to be used now. Can we go deep inside and to have few words regarding this? How it's named?
So this is like the finger roller.
Yes.
Means we have two discs of finger roller. The size or the diameter of the discs is different. Why we are using this? Because if we have two of the same discs and we adjust the inclination, we're working with the inside disc more deeper. So we are creating like a small hole and even moving more soil under the row. Yeah? But we don't want to move too much soil, we just want to break the soil on the top and disturb the reeds and the roots and destroy them. So with our discs, the outside discs or the outside diameter is bigger than the inside.
Yes.
We can work here close to the blend, and we have a more security for the blend because we are moving the disc back from the blend. So the blend is growing here, and maybe like an apple tree or something, it's growing like this and have a bigger version here. So it's not a problem because with the part here we are out of the danger zone, and just here in the soil we are working close to the blend.
And here we have the active zone.
Yeah, we have the active zone. It's working in the soil. It's
here
close to
and
the
here.
blend.
and we have a good preparation of the soil at the same level at the same time because of the angle.
We can work up to, I would say, 12 kilometers.
So speed, it is what is needed this equipment.
We need minimum 5 or 6 kilometers to get a good cutting result of the soil.
But the optimum could be between 8, 10, 12.
The optimum, I think, is between 7 and 9.
Okay, so also we have a series of different options to adjust the angle, the width,
the accuracy,
the height.
Here we have mounted the ventral frame or the mid-mounted frame with the S5 lifter. So we can put the S5 lifter in a float position, and the machine is following the soil. Or even we can have like a double-acting version. And if we have strong soil, we can even press the machine into the soil with hydraulic pressure. Even with these bolts here, we can adjust the inclination of the discs. Means if we open them a little bit more, they are more aggressive. And of course, more aggressive means we are working more soil.
Much deeper.
Much deeper and much more under the road.
What could be the depth of this? 3, 4, 5 centimeters?
We work between 3 and 5 centimeters deep in the soil.
Okay, thank you. Oh, please, Mr. Weber, give us few details regarding the machine that we have here behind. A mulcher in combination with a very good combination with multi-clean.
So we have here now, I think it's a good combination because we can manage the grass in the row and even under the row. Means we can work with one machine and doing 2 works in the same time. We have the mulcher in different width. So we can start with the mulcher starting from 1.15 up to 2.10 meters. So different versions between. And for the mulcher we need about 40-45 horsepower. And for the multi-clean we need around between 20 and 25 liters of hydraulic oil. But as we spoke before, important is even the free return on the tractor, because otherwise we can break the motors of every machine. And we have a normal 3-point connection here. We connect the mulcher and the 3-point, and the multi-clean is in the back. We have several adjustments of the multi-clean. We can move them more outside or more inside. And even with this one we can adjust the height.
And if we have rows with distance between 2.2 or 2.5,
we choose the bigger mulcher, the bigger chassis of the mulcher, and mount a multi-clean on the back of it.
Okay, that's it.
That's it. We have the mulcher starting from 150 to 150, 125 to 175, and 140 to 190, and even from 160 to 2.10 meters.
2 meter 10, yes. And the PTO shaft needs 540 RPM. Okay.
But as I said, we need approx 40-45 horsepower. So even we can work with the 540 echo mode of the PTO shaft.
In front of us we have Interactive Duo. We have the chassis. Which chassis is this?
It's the Interactive Duo chassis. The Interactive Duo chassis has 2 hydraulic functions. We have one hydraulic width adjustment for our tools, and we have the hydraulic cylinder here to lift up the tines. That means we can work in combination with our plate here and the tines in the open rows, or we can even work in green rows with grass. That means we can lift up the tines, but still we have the roller as the high adjustment, or the high adjustment, but to control the working deep of our blades. We just need to lift up with the cylinder. That means we can move or work with 5 or 7 tines as cultivator. And in the green rows we just lift up the tines and work just with the blades under the row.
What could be the optimum horsepower for this kind of equipment with complete active organs in the field?
I think we start with minimum 75 horsepower.
All these kind of springs,
they are like spring loaded with a spring, and they are moving in the soil, so they get a better result of mixing the soil. Even if you put some compost or something organic on the top of the soil, you work with these, is mixing everything completely.
Thank you very much for your kind presentation today, but still we have another equipment that we need to discuss, and we are discussing, we would like to discuss about pre-pruner.
Pre-pruner?
Yeah.
Good. So we have here our basic chassis of the Briebrunner, but it's not about to. I think it's not about to speak the Briebrunner. It's a little bit more about to speak the opening system, the automatic opening.
The new
system.
opening system.
We have like a camera.
Speed camera.
Speed camera is detecting the completely post.
Yes.
And even detective if it's a metal, a wooden, a plastic post, and
Yes.
it's not a bottom. So it's able to open with every type of post.
Do we have to set up the seconds from the camera to
Yeah.
the moment of blades,
We have
or
like
it is an automatic adjustment?
No, it's like we have an application on the phone where you
Yes.
make the basic adjustments because you can connect your phone with the camera,
Yeah.
and then you can make the basic adjustments. You can start working. If you want to change something
One thing, we connect with Bluetooth or we connect to
with
Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
With Wi-Fi, it's like a Wi-Fi connection, and if you're finished, you can disconnect again, and you can work normally with your phone. So you don't need to be connected all the time with it.
Also, if the farmer doesn't have a smartphone, we can stay on the manual function.
You can move everything without a
Without,
a smartphone. The smartphone is just to make the adjustments from the machine. That means the distance before opening and after the post, so the closing.
What could be the optimum speed to have the correct
Doesn't matter because
configuration?
we don't need the speed. We have a sensor mounted on the frame. It's detecting the radar sensor. It's detecting the actual speed. So we don't need to set it's 5 kilometers because sometimes we are maybe just with 3 if we start working, and later we are even with 7 or 6 kilometers.
Yeah.
So we have this speed sensor on the machine.
The entire thinking of this technology is based on the sensor, high-speed camera, and the tractor itself.
for sure. Here we need around for everything 25 liters. Yeah,
More or less.
More or less, yeah, for sure. If we want to have the blades more faster, we need a little bit more speed.
Yes.
Means more oil. But the normal average is between 25 and 27.
And they are moving like this and like this, the
We
entire
have
frame.
We have a collision protection. That means
Yes.
if we hit a post or something, a blend, the machine can move backwards. And we have like a pendula, so the machine can following the side slope and everything inside of the road.
It will stay permanently vertical.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Dear friends, thank you very much for watching us. And one more time, let's say happy birthday of the 70th anniversary for the Clemens factory.
Perfect. Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.